Oh, happy 4th of July. It's actually Memorial Day. But ever since I was forced out of a relationship during the pandemic, and I really loved my life as a single guy without all the drama, and also I got over my eating disorder, and lately I've been trying to get over my addiction to masturbating. I've had ups and downs. It makes me wish we could have another quarantine because the addiction kind of interacts with the outside life a little bit too much. It makes the process of getting off of it a little bit trickier than it ought to be. But whatever the situation is, happy 4th of July. Every day is the 4th of July for me now that I'm free of all of this drama in my life. Anyway, happy Memorial Day to the rest of us. Now it makes me think a lot of people enjoy having a 3-day weekend and would wish that every week had a 3-day weekend. See, I gotta question something. Do you like the 3-day weekend, or do you like the fact that you only have to work 4 days? I think most people like the 3-day weekend a lot more than they dislike having to work 5 days, right? So I want you to pause this video and to ask yourself if there's another solution. Just think about that. You don't mind working 5 days. You like having a 3-day weekend. Why not just do it, right? You could have an 8-day week where you work 5 days and take a 3-day weekend. Why not? And it's kind of interesting. That's the obvious solution, right? You ask any kindergartner what they would do, and they could probably come up with it in 5 seconds. Yet, as adults, we get locked into this mentality, right? I work at a tutoring center, and when I teach kids about the calendar and how there's 7 days in the week, and I ask the kids, why do you think there are 7 days in the week? And a lot of kids, believe it or not, will correctly answer there doesn't have to be, right? Most kids can understand why there are 24 hours in a day or 365 days in a year, but they understand that we don't need to have 7 days in the week. So it makes me wonder, why can't we do that, right? And I've mapped it out on, I think I recorded a video a few weeks ago about what the calendar would look like, and I don't see a problem with it, right? Feel free to make suggestions to that calendar, by the way. Now, my other question is, have you ever complained that there aren't enough hours in the day, right? So we all know there's 24 hours in the day, and for good reason, right? For good astronomical reason there has to be, right? But for social reasons, does there have to be? Do you have to go to sleep once every 24 hours? Or eat a certain number of times every 24 hours? I don't think so. And my inspiration, actually, was when I was in college. Something happened by accident. We were going through spring break. And I was an introvert, and I love staying up late to write computer games. Actually, I was writing a computer program to calculate pi, if I remember correctly. Now, the first night of that spring break, I might have gone to bed 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And then the next night, I was staying up later and later. Until by the end of spring break, I was sleeping at 9 o'clock in the morning. And my parents were so upset. They couldn't get me to get up to go to school and all that. And I was ashamed of myself as well at the beginning. But then I thought to myself, you know what? During that spring break, I actually slept very well. When I went to bed and my head hit the pillow, I fell asleep. And I actually woke up with a lot of energy. I didn't toss and turn when it was time to get up, or at least time to get up in my world, right? I had plenty of time during the day to write computer programs. I got enough time to exercise. I'm like, gee, what was the problem with it? The only problem is that the rest of the world doesn't do it as well, right? And most people complain there aren't enough hours in the day, right? Just watch any sort of television at night. There's ad after ad for sleeping pills. There's ad after ad for exercise that nobody has enough time to do, right? And it got me thinking, why does there have to be 24 hours in the day, right? Anyway, I invite you to think outside the box to how our schedule looks like. If you love Memorial Day, just think about how much better our schedule could be like if we broke away from some of this misconception, right? Just like 3 years ago, how I thought you needed a partner to go on a date, how I thought life was, once you stopped eating, life stopped, right? That was all a misconception, right? Our sense of time could also be like that, right?